evening, everybody. Make sure my mic is working. It is. How about that? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Yes, it is spelled incorrectly, and that's going to stay that way. So y'all got to deal with it because, it's a thing. This is a tradition now in the PBE. I don't care what y'all say. With me tonight, I got Cheeky. How you doing tonight, Cheeky?
Doing good.
Awesome. We got some good action coming up, and already some excitement in the first week here. This is already starting out to be a good season. Throw up the standings just so y'all can see them here. Let's see. Outer Banks, Buffalo leading up the East. The Sloss to a 7-0 start, which scares me because when we do well at the beginning, we don't do as well at the end. We are Sloss. We like to go slow and steady, so that's nerve-wracking. Boise at 6-1. Poor Toronto is struggling, as is Providence. 0-7, both of them. Looking for them to turn around today. Champion side, Indianapolis and Detroit both doing right above 500. Rougarous and Serpents and Toros all sitting there 5-2, 4-3, and yeah, early, so not much to it. And then the minors, since everybody wants to see that as well. Minors, you got pretty tight race. Only ones really in the back of the pack are the Mingos. Kingpins at 2-5, but then you got the Bears, Firehawks, and Lemurs all at 5-2. But hey, we're only one day in, right? So we got more days to go on this one. So yeah, what do you say, Cheeky? We'll get this going here. First prediction. The first result is going to be a hit, a walk, or an out. So get your predictions in quickly, and then we'll get game one going, which is going to be in the minors. It's going to be the Anchorage at California, it looks like. So let's see,
Yep.
California at 5-2. What's Anchorage? 3-4. So yeah, like I said, early in the season. So let me go to the correct day. See, 28th. Yeah, so we will finish today, and we will go to the schedule screen. Nope, that's not the one I want. World scores. There we go. That's what I want. And yeah, Anchorage and California. So get your predictions in because we're gonna start this one pretty quick and try to stay on pace and get through it before too late tonight. You want to take the first half, Cheeky, or second half?
First half.
All right,
Good.
we'll let you get her started off here. On out to California.
All right. We got Kumiao with the ground ball to shortstop. And the shortstop boots it. First runner of the day reaches base on an error. And then tries to steal second. And he gets thrown out. Jones with the single up the middle. And Bobrist goes down swinging. Webb coming to the plate with the ground ball to the shortstop. Goes to second base for the easy out. And we go to the bottom of the first with Hawthorne leading it off for California. And a shallow pop-up to center field for the first out. Wellerman Jr. takes a walk. Mihayer goes down on the check swing. Johnson, the third, pops up into left field for the third out of the first inning. Score remains 0-0. Go to the top of the second. J-Dub leading it off. Line drive into right for a single. King with the shallow pop-up to left for the first out. Steele with a line drive into right. That's going to get in front of the right fielder. Runners at the corners. Bubanetti with the ground ball to second. Goes to second for one, and they turn the double play, getting out of the jam there and keeping them at 0. Going to the bottom of the second, we have Bon Pinciero with the hit up the middle. Looks like it gets by the center fielder, and he'll take second on the air. Lopez strikes out. Beavers goes down swinging. And Sandals comes to the plate. Sandals with a little blooper. Left fielder comes in and gets it. That's going to end the second inning. We go to the top of the third. Score still 0-0. Jackson Love leading it off with a pop-up into right for the first out. Coming out with the walk. Jones with the pop-up into left for out number 2. And Bobris gets a single up the middle. Runners going to advance to third. We have runners at the corners with 2 outs. Webb with the pop-up into right field. And the jumping catch by the right fielder ends the inning. Remains zeros going into the bottom of the third. Altuve with the strikeout. That is Chambers' 4th strikeout there. Hawthorne lines out to left. Wellerman Jr. takes a walk. And they pick him off at first. That'll end the third. Still 0-0 going to the top of the fourth. Slippin' Jimmy gets his 2nd strikeout. There's a line drive past the first baseman by Warrior King. And Parker Steele gets a base hit up the middle into center field. Men on first and second, 1 out. And Bubinetti with the pop-up into left for out number 2. And Jackson Love grounds to second, and that'll end the top of the fourth. Mihire pops out into center. Johnson, the second, strikes out. Pensiero with a line drive shot in front of the right fielder for the single. Lopez with the ground ball to second, and he's going to run to second, and he gets the out, and that'll do it for the first 4 innings of the game. Still 0-0. There's another strikeout for Slippin' Jimmy. And Jones pops that one up. And Bobris goes down looking for strikeout number 4 for Slippin' Jimmy. And we go to the bottom of the 5th with Don Marcus.
Well, Beavers up to bat, looking to break this tie, but it sits down on strike 3. 6 strikeout now for Chambers, having a good day. Sandals, grounder to the second baseman, who cannot turn it. He just holds on to an infield hit for Dion here as Altuve comes up. He'll ground this one sharp to second, and that's going to be a double play and take us on to the 6th inning. Still tied up. Nothing. Webb pops this out to center field. Center fielder able to make the play one way. Dub, fly ball to left field. Easy play number 2. King, grounder, third baseman. He can't get the play. He holds on to it, so another infield hit, this time for King. 2 outs, 1 on. Oh, and he gets picked off of first. I think it's the second pickoff we've seen tonight, and just cannot get any offense going in the way it needs to be. 8 hits for Anchorage and 3 for California. Still no score. Hawthorne's going to take a lead-off walk as Wellerman comes up to bat. He's going to take and fly out to right for the first out. And you take me higher, Will. Drop this in front of the center fielder. Advance the runner to second. So we got runners first and second, 1 away for Zach Johnson the third. And he's going to get this past the shortstop into the outfield. And the tie is broken as California Gets the first run of the game. Hawthorne crossing the plate on a Johnson single. Still first and second, one away. Bonispero will foul out Lopez. Fly ball, center field. Center fielder able to make the play, but first run of the game. California takes the lead here. Bottom of the sixth. 1-0 now over Anchorage. Steele grounds it to the second baseman. One away. Bubinetti, rather. Fly ball, center field. That's out number 2. Jackson Love will hit this. Right field. In a 1-2-3 inning, Anchorage sits down. California comes up with the 1-run lead as we hit the 7th inning stretch. Gus Beavers pops this one up. Second baseman able to make the play. 1 down. Sandals will ground out to the pitcher. 2 away. And Altuve, grounder to the second baseman for another 1-2-3 as we head to the top of the 8th. Still 1-0 California. Come out, grounder to the third baseman. 1 down. Curtis Jones, fly ball, center field. Easy play for out number 2. Bobrist, about the same spot, and a diving catch by the center fielder takes us down to the bottom of the 8th. California looking for a little insurance here. Hawthorne up to bat. Hawthorne grounder, shortstop, and not able to make a throw. That's going to be another infield hit. Hawthorne on base. Nobody out. Wellerman Jr. hits this to right field. 1 down. Can you take me higher? Drops this in front of the right fielder. Hawthorne holds up at second, so first and second, 1 away. As Johnson Jr. will hit this through the infield. Bases are now loaded with 1 out. Juan Pensiero could really widen it up, but he's not going to with that. That is a strikeout. First batter faced in relief by Rothschild, and he sits him down. And grounder to third base. Great throw to stop any more runs from scoring. Anchorage is down to their last 3 outs. And there is a prediction on the board. Home run here will win the over. That's a fly ball. That's just out there, and it's gone. Can you say, my goodness, ties the game and wins the over bet, which I put a little money on, by the way. Webb ties this game up. How about that? Dub will hit this to left field. Left fielder able to make the play. King, swing and a miss. 2 down. Steele coming up to bat. And he's going to pop this one to the third baseman, out number 3. But Anchorage forces us to go to the bottom of the 9th. Can California answer and get the win, or are we going to be going to extra innings tonight? We'll find out. Beavers, great shot. Kind of down the line, pretty close, but it's going to be an extra base hit. He's into second. Leadoff double. That's what they want. Now, can Sandals move him over? He'll take the walk, so first and second now, nobody out. They just need one to win this. Altuve, swing and a miss. As we go around to the top of the order here, Hawthorne, 1 away. Hawthorne gets it past the second baseman. We're going to have bases loaded now, 1 out. Infield should be in here, and they are. And it gets past the infield, and this is going to be a walk-off hit for Wellerman Jr. My goodness, Beavers comes across the plate, and California wins it. Bottom of the 9th. Going to win this one 2-1. Great 9th inning there. That was some excitement there. 2-1, your final score.
So what happened with the first prediction?
The first one was a hit. Yeah, you thought, or you had it down as an error. It was actually
I thought
a hit.
it was an error. Yeah, okay.
I thought it was too, and I looked at the scoring. I was like, that was a hit? Okay. Yeah. The officials are sometimes a little wonky, so yeah. I agree with you. I thought it should have been an error, but the scoring apparently didn't agree. So yeah, it did end up a hit. Let's see. So 9 hits for Anchorage and 11 for California. California picked it up here at the end of the game. Let's see. For hitting, we got a couple hits each for King and Steele for Anchorage. California, wow, got 2 hits from several players, but yeah, the big play there was that home run by Webb to tie it up and kind of force us into the bottom of the 9th. Let's see. Pitching, Rothschild's going to get the loss in relief. California, the win's going to go to Backel Jr. in relief. And your player of the game tonight is Joshua Chambers. That was a good game.
Good start.
Real good start. You want to do rights?
Sure. All right, we got the Mingos versus the Hepcats. The Hepcats take this one 5-2. For Florida, we have a 2 for 4 day for Knopf and Hawkins. And for Kansas City, we have a 3 for 4 day for Four and also Skoden. The loss goes to Kirkpatrick. Corrigan gets the win. West and Cologne with the holds, and Kevin Choate with the save. Player of the game is David Corrigan.
And on to Chicago, where the Kingpins continue their woes. The Lemurs winning this one 5-2. Lemurs had 2 hit games from Pink and Zalewski. Man, some of these names are hard to say. And then on the Chicago side, 2 hit day for Wojo. Pitching, going to get Loaf is going to get the win, go to 2-1. Chaos Mod gets the save. Renji gets the loss, and your player of the game is Shaquille Crawford.
All right, the Dillos beat the Steeds 2-1. For State College, we got 2 for 4 game for Dog Maple with an RBI and a 2 for 3 game for Sing with a run. And on the Dillos side, we have a 2 for 4 day for Hughes, RBIs for Man and Walterson. And the loss goes to Richard. The win goes to who? And a Works gets the hold. Summers with the save, and player of the game is guess who?
Who won? Who got the win, by the way? Let's see. The Botranas continuing their great performance here now 4-4. 4-3. The final score over the Bears. Let's see. Bruce City, 2 hit game for Eschenberg. Puerto Rico, let's see here. Cunningham with 3 hit game. Great day for him. Bruce City, the loss is going to go to Boba, goes to 1-1, blown save, and the win is going to go to Barry in relief, and Otavio gets your player of the game. And on to the majors. Outer Banks, 4-6 loss to the Space Rangers. Lunar Base getting a 3-hit game, 2 runs for Euclid. Outer Banks with a 2-hit game for Le Swift. Your win is going to go to Indianapolis. Goes to 1-1. All these names. Hangman gets the save as second of the year. Schramm gets the loss, goes to 0-2, and Scotty Sterling is going to be your player of the game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Indianapolis. All right. Apex beat the Crabs 8-7. On the Indianapolis side, we have a 2 for 3 game for D Fernandez with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. On the other side, we have Bubs getting a 2 for 5 day with 2 RBIs and 2 runs, and same with Southworth, 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Chicken gets the win, McFlourish the hold, Ortiz the save, and the loss goes to Legend. Player of the game is D Fernandez.
Buffalo Surge 7-3 at home over the Demons. Detroit with a 2-hit game from Dollarson. Home run for Alpha Nerd, his second. Buffalo got 2-hit games from Kelly and Splorger with home runs for Cadavra, Tomlin, and Kelly. Win is going to go to Toltrade, his first of the year, and Holmes takes his second loss. Your player of the game is Kerry Kelly.
All right. Cancun takes down Boise 6-0. On the Cancun side, we have a 2 for 4 day for Ohikau and a 2 for 5 day for McGillicuddy. 2 for 4 days for Ingram and Bonga on the Boise side, and the loss goes to Phenomenon. The win goes to Martini, and the player of the game is Chadwick McGillicuddy.
And on to, where do we go here? Death Valley beats the Sloss extra innings. Sloss taking their first loss of the year. So much for Wednesday night luck. 12-10. Took 11 innings to settle this one, including a 2-run, both sides, 10th inning. So some excitement in this one here at the Treehouse. Let's see. Death Valley got 4 hits, 3 runs for Gianellis and 4 hits, 2 runs for Montalban. San Antonio had a 3-hit game for Bartholomew Brown and a 3-hit game for Littleton. The win is going to go in relief to Xavier, who also gets a blown save. Rosas gets the save. Rockman gets a blown save. Longpipe gets a blown save. And Emil ends up taking the loss. Your player of the game is Ted Gianellis.
All right, the Rougarous take down the Pathfinders 10-5. On the New Orleans side, we have a couple 3 for 5 days for Steel Flex and Gili. And on the Toronto side, we have a 2 for 4 day for Alu. The win goes to Jackson. The loss goes to Simicallis Jr. And the player of the game is Dazen Gile.
And is that really all of them? We go through them all? I guess we did. Oh, wait, no. I was like, wait a minute, there's more. Okay, that seems weird. Oh, interleague play, I guess. I was like, oh, wait, this is confusing me. Sea Serpents take a 1-0 defensive win here. Shutout against Vancouver. Let's see, Vancouver. Rough day, 6 hits across the board. 2 of them Demander. Seattle had a 2-hit game from Warsmoke. Only 5 hits for them. But they got the run. Warsmoke getting the winning run in this one. Vancouver pitching. Loss is going to go to Holly Sheet. Win. Complete game shutout for DeVry. Goes to 2-0. Pitched 9 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and only 6 hits. A great game for him and well-deserved player of the game.
0 ERA. So
That's
2
crazy.
shutouts, huh?
2 shutouts. That's insane.
All right, we got the Voyagers beating the Stars 5-3. For the New York side, we have a 2 for 4 day for BD Jr. with an RBI. And on the Nashville side, we have a 2 for 4 day for Andrews Jr. with 2 RBIs and a run. The win goes to Jumbo. The hold goes to Bakugo. Jones gets the save. John gets the loss. And the player of the game is
Oops. Go slide down.
Chris Angel.
Chris Angel. And that takes us through the day. It always confuses me when we get something like that where it's interleague and it's like, wait, that doesn't look right. It's not even. All right. On to game number 2, which is another minor league matchup. It's going to be Louisville and Chicago. So let's see here. Down here, we should have a Louisville and Chicago. Here we go. Predictions over and under 11.5 hits. So get your bets in. Don Marcus is one of the options. Oh my gosh. Is that the one I'm supposed to pick? So we got the Kingpins and the Lemurs here. Game 2 tonight, Wednesday night. And we'll get this started here. Let's see how it goes out here in Chicago. Gonna start things off with Pink batting. Pink's gonna pop this foul. Catcher under it, out number 1. Stephen Moore Jr., grounder, second base. Easy play, 2 away. Griffin, sharp grounder to the first baseman, takes it to the bag, 1, 2, 3. And we're going over to the Chicago side. Etef, fly ball to the center fielder. Drifts back and makes the play. 1 down. Patton, grounder to the first baseman for out number 2. Beryl Summers, swing and a miss. That's going to be another 1, 2, 3. No hits, no runs, no errors as we head into the second. Kwanzaa takes the walk. Didn't swing at that one. That looked like it was in the dirt. Hoff will swing at that. Miss. 1 down, 1 on. Zelweski comes up. Grounder. Out number 1. Baltz will swing and miss. That's going to be out number 3, and we're going to head bottom of the second now, looking like a defensive game in the making here. Penley, grounder to the first baseman, out number 1. Downfall, gets this one to drop in front of the center fielder. Going to be a hit, so 1 on, 1 out. For my cousin, yes, another Marcus, Aiden Marcus, and he's going to drop this in front of the center fielder. First and second with 1 out as Decanter comes up. Sharp grounder to third, gets it to second, can't turn it, so runners on the corners, 2 away now for Wojo. Oh, and a pickoff attempt succeeds. Chicago misses an opportunity and sits down as we head to the top of the third. Ghosty will take a lead off walk as Crawford comes up to bat. Crawford hits this to center field, drops in front of the center fielder, and Ghosty gets over to third. So we got runners on the corners, nobody out for Pink. Pink will hit this to right field. Oh, the teleport play and a throw to home, and they don't get him. He slid under the tag, so it's going to be 1-0. Great throw. Looked like he could have had him, but did not get him at the plate. Moore Jr. blasts this one to left field. Does it have enough? It doesn't. It looked pretty good off the bat, but a little short. So 2 away now as Griffin comes up to bat. He'll swing and miss, but Louisville draws first blood here. It is 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Wojo up for the Kingpins. He'll fly this one to right field. That's 1 down. Di Bonedetto, fly ball right field. 2 down. Etef will swing and miss. 1-2-3 goes Chicago as the Lemurs come up to bat. I always love the new names in the minors. I always get tongue-tied. Bonza will fly this one to center field. Center field are able to make the play. They had quite a shift there on the infield. Hoff, swing and a miss. 2 down. Zaleski, fly ball, center field. Oh, he bobbles it. He should have had that one. That's an error. And Zaleski's going to make it 2. Second base on that error. Grounder by Baltz. So no harm, no foul, but it's still 1-0 as Chicago comes back to bat. Tatton, fly ball to left field. Left fielder under it for out number 1. Beryl Summers, fly ball, center field. 2 away. Penley, fly ball, and that is gone. He crushed that one almost out of the stands. That's well out of here. 452 feet, his second home run of the year, and this ties it up at 1 here in the 4th inning. Downfall coming up. He'll fly this one out to left field, and the play is made. So 3 away, but 1 run scores. We're at a tie here, 1 apiece as Louisville comes up here top of the 5th. Ghosty will sit down, watches it go past for a strikeout. Crawford hits this one past the third baseman into left field for a hit. So 1 on, 1 out now as Pink comes back up to bat. Pink, golf swing, and that's going to the gap. That's going to get to the wall. That's good for 2. They're going to, they held the runner up. I'm shocked. I thought they were going to send him. They hold up Crawford at third. So we got second and third, 1 away now for Moore. Moore hits this teleport catch again. They're going to test the arm, and they manage to get under the tag again. So 2-0 now. Crawford making it in on a sac fly from Moore. Griffin will swing and miss. That's going to take us through the first half of the game, 2-1. Good game here. Over to you, Cheeky.
All right. Looks like we got your cousin Marcus leading it off here with the ground ball to short for the first out. Decantor with the line drive to right for out number 2. And Wojo with the ground ball to the shortstop for out number 3. To end the 5th, we go to the top of the 6th, 2-1, Louisville. Kwanzaa lines out to first. Hoff with the infield fly to first. And Zalewski with the pop-up to right field. For a 1-2-3, top of the 6th, we go to the bottom. Di Benedetto with the leadoff ground out. Etef pops out to left. And Tatton gets single into right.
Your guess is as good as mine.
There's a hit and run there, but he grounds out to the second baseman for the 3rd out of the inning. Score remains 2-1, Louisville. Top of the 7th. Ground ball for an out there by Baltz. There's a swinging strikeout by Ghosty, and Crawford goes down looking for a 1-2-3 top of the 7th. There's a pop out by Penley. Downfall with the pop out to center field. And Marcus with the ground ball to the second baseman for another 1-2-3 inning. Ends the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. Leadoff hitter Pink coming up. grounds out to the shortstop for out number 1. Moore Jr. lines out, and the shortstop makes a diving play for the second out there. Griffin lines one over the third baseman's head for a single. Wanza comes up to the plate, and Griffin steals second. And Kwanzaa grounds out to end the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Louisville. There's a ground ball out by Decantor. Wojo hits a little blooper into left for the second out. And Di Benedetto grounds out to short for another 1-2-3 inning. Going into the top of the 9th here. Lemurs with the lead 2-1. Hoff strikes out. Zalewski pops out to center. Baltz takes a walk. And Ghosty pops out to center field. Going to the bottom of the 9th. Chicago's final chance. Down by 1. Leadoff hitter, Yatef, pops out into left. Tatton takes a walk. Summers grounds to the shortstop. They get the lead runner at second, but Summers reaches. There's a line drive into right. Summers is going to get to third. We have runners at the corners. 2 outs. 0-2 count. Oh, and there's strike 3. That'll do it for Chicago. The Lemurs take this one with a score of 2-1. So Lemurs advance to 7-2 on the season. We have Kingpins at 2-7. Only 4 hits for the Lemurs, but 2 for 3 day for Crawford with a run. And on the Chicago side, we have a 2 for 4 day for Penley with the RBI and a run. George Braxton gets the win. Chaos Mod gets the save, and Innings Eater gets the loss. Player of the game is Cornelius George Braxton.
All right, we'll go over here. Let's see the Wheelies over the Firehawks, 16 innings. Holy moly, what a long one that one was. Looks like a little bit of excitement there. 15th inning, 1 run each, and 16th inning, 1 run to win it. 7-6, your final score. And a heck of a box score here coming up. Let's see. Hitting. King got 3 hits for Anchorage. California looks like a bunch of 2-hit games. 2 runs each for Wellerman Jr. and for Johnson III. And well, here we go. Let's see. Wellerman Jr. did get a home run. How about that? First career home run for him. Pitching. Not as many pitchers I expected in a 16-inning game. But let's see. Buckley gets a hold. McDonald gets a blown save, and Dirk gets the win. And season 24 gets the loss in relief. Not as many pitchers I expected. I thought there'd be worse than that. Warren Peace is going to be your player of the game. We just did that one. Okay, so the Dillos. Let's see. Dillos over State College on the road, 9-1. State College, 2-hit game for Agrippa. Amarillo, 1 hit spread across 7 players, couple runs each for Love and for DeLion Court. Win is going to go to Smith. The loss is going to go to Infinity. Your player of the game is Harold Smith.
All right. Bears beat the Ranas 7-1 for Bruce City. We had a 2 for 4 game for Eschenboe with 3 RBIs and a 2 for 5 game for Mello. And Tweedlecock had a 4 for 4 game, 2 runs and an RBI. Only 3 hits for Puerto Rico. The win goes to Alvarez. Practice gets the loss. Player of the game is Ryan Alvarez.
And on to Kansas City. The Hep Kitties win 6-2 over the Mingos. Florida, 2-hit game for Honcho, Kansas. Let's see, 3 2-hit games, Kills, Child, and Bones. Georges is going to get the loss. Dion the second is going to get the win, and Michael Dion the second is your player of the game. On up to El Majoros, the Apex wins 6-3 over Outer Banks. Let's see. Outer Banks, two-hit game for Harper and for Brooks. Indianapolis had a three-hit game from Catcher Scudder and from Payne. Outer Banks loss is going to go to Nansen. The win's going to go to Cranepool. Chicken getting the save, and Ichabod Cranepool, your player of the game.
Vandals beat the Space Rangers 5-3. For Vancouver, we have a 2 for 5 day for Walker and Phillip, and a 2 for 4 day for Burgers. On the Lunar Base side, we have Sterling with a 3 for 4 day, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Vancouver's consideration gets the win, and Shrub gets the save. Green gets the loss, and player of the game is Scotty Sterling.
And Seattle wins 4-0 shutout over the struggling Pathfinders, still looking for their first win of the season. Toronto, two-hit game from Alu. Seattle, two-hit games from Arenado and from Becker. Pitching, Random's going to get the loss. Cash is going to get the win. Save going to Telfair, and your player of the game is Chris Cash.
All right, Rougarous beat the Sloss 8-1 for San Antonio. We have a 2 for 3 day for Stewart. On the New Orleans side, we have a 3 for 4 day for Gile with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. For the pitching, we have a loss for Aria, a win for Schlossberg, and player of the game is Dazen Gilly.
And on to Death Valley, where the Scorpions shut out the Raptors 4-0. Boise, two-hit game from Ingram. Death Valley, two-hit games from Essence and from Plainview. Boise pitching loss is going to go to Joe. The win's going to go to Always a Bummus, who also gets your player of the game.
Demons beat the Voyagers 10-3 for New York. We have a 3 for 4 day for Beatty Jr. with a run. And on Detroit, we have a 3 for 4 day for Dollarson with a RBI and a run. For the pitching, Cove gets the loss, Abernathy Jr. gets the win, and the player of the game is Abernathy Jr.
And on to Nashville, where the Stars lose to the Crabs at home 6-3. Let's see. Providence had a three-hit game from McKenzie. Also, 3 runs in this one. Nashville, three-hit game, 2 runs for Valor Jr., 3 hits, 2 runs for Cove. Win is going to go to Abenduct, hold for Bonzo. Mata gets his first save. Ziegler takes the loss, goes 2-1, and Curtis McKenzie is your player of the game.
All right, Surge get a win over the Toros 4-3, scoring 3 in the top of the ninth there. For the Buffalo side, we had a 2 for 4 day for Buckshank with 2 runs scored. And on the Cancun side, a 2 for 4 day for a pitcher with 1 run scored. And for the pitchers, we have Kaufman getting the win, Delling getting the save, Fielder getting the loss, and player of the game is Colby Kaufman.
And takes us through day number 2 as we head on to day number 3, which is going to be a quick sim day. Looks like it really is a quick sim day. Let's see, just the majors. Sorry, the first game of the season. Always gotta go. Where do I gotta click again? All right. Let's see. Nashville shut out the Crabs 6-0. Great performance by Stoner, it looks like. Providence, two-hit game from Raru. Nashville had a three-hit game from Sakudo. Let's see, pitching. Cruiser's going to take the loss. Win is Stoner. 7 innings pitched. Nice solid performance with 10 strikeouts, and he gets the player of the game.
Can you take this one?
Yeah.
Just grabbing it
Oh,
here.
yeah. No worries. No worries. Let's see. Vandals 5-3 over the Space Rangers. Vancouver 4-hit game for McLovin, or sorry, 4 RBI game for McLovin Jr. in this one. Lunar Base ended up having 2-hit games from Euclid, Zaxaquil, and Leg. Bean's going to get the win. Kook the hold. Max Velo the save. Forward with the loss. McLovin Jr., your player of the game. Let's see, Pathfinders 10-4 over the Sea Serpents. Toronto 3-hit game from McNeely with 3 RBIs. Seattle 2-hit game for Wellerman. The win's going to go to Benico. Loss is going to go to McQueen, and your player of the game is Scott McNeely.
I'll take this one.
Sweet.
All right, Sloss take down the Rougarous 9-3. For San Antonio, we have a 4-for-5 day for Don Marcus.
Woohoo!
2 runs and 3 RBIs. And for New Orleans, we have a 2-for-4 day for Steel Flex. And let's see, we have a couple RBIs for Mills. And for San Antonio, Tatum gets the win. Eshelman Jr. gets the loss. And the player of the game is Don Marcus.
Woohoo! Let's see. On to Death Valley. Extra innings, 8-4. A big 11th inning here for Boise to wrap this one up. Boise 2-hit games for Hopkins and for Ziegler. For Death Valley, we had 2-hit game for Gnomes. Pitching, Steele's going to take the win, go to 1-0. Keith gets his first blown save, and Rosas his first loss. And Jeff Hopkins going to be your player of the game.
All right. Surge beat the Toros 4-2. For Buffalo, we have a 2-for-5 day for Buckshank, 1 RBI and a run, and a 2-for-4 day for Splorger and Tomlin. Clear Not Cloudy went 2-for-4 as well for Cancun. On the Buffalo side, Matson gets the win, Decline gets the save, and Martini gets the loss. The player of the game is Usada Pecora.
And on to Detroit, where the Demons win 5-3 over the Voyagers. New York had a 2-hit game from Hidari. Detroit had a 3-hit game from Slamus. Great game from him. Pitching, Bakugo gets the loss and blown save. Otani gets the win. Bell for the save. And Biff Slamus, your player of the game.
All right. Apex beat the Aviators 3-1. For Outer Banks, we only had 4 hits. Their 1 run was by Henry. And on the Indianapolis side, we have Enderman going 1-for-4 with 2 runs, and Callahan going 2-for-3 with 3 RBIs and a run. Outer Banks, Ji Woo gets the loss, Ball gets the win, Ortiz with the save, and player of the game is Calvin Ball.
And that takes us through this day. Finished in our save. And that takes us to our next live game. It's going to be Amarillo against Brew City. I think you're first this time, right? We got a prediction up yet? Might not. This is going to be the next game. You ready?
Yep.
All righty.
No prediction.
No prediction.
All right. Man leading it off for the Dillos with a 1-hopper to the right field fence. Is that Stickman with the leadoff triple? Sydney Hughes with the pop-up into left, shallow left. It's not going to be deep enough to tag the runner. Walterson strikes out. That's out number 2. And Jerome strikes out, and they strand the runner at third. Eschenbo strikes out.
Was weird.
Okay. Zecto with the ground ball to second for out number 2. And Boucher with the single into right center. Laura Croft lines out to center, and that'll end the first inning.
Yeah, that was an odd error.
Yeah. Von Cristal with the pop out into center field for out number 1. Goldberg strikes out for out number 2. Love pops it up into center for out number 3, and we go to the bottom of the second. Score remains 0s. Thick McThick with the single into right. And there's Flop Quad's second strikeout. Tweedlecock with the single up the middle. Runners at the corners for Bass. who strikes out. Misteur with the pop up to the second baseman for the third out of the second inning. Going to the top third, we're still zeros. True is going to be leading it off for the Dillos, and he strikes out. That is LaRue Wolf's fourth strikeout in the third inning. And De Liancourt, I think, if I remember correctly, singles into left. And Stickman grounds into the double play. To end the top of the third, we go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless. Eschenbo pop up to right field for out number one. Zecto grounds out to the shortstop for out number two. Butcher with the single up the middle. And Laura Croft with the foul out in the inning. Going to the top of the fourth, still scoreless. Hughes is going to be leading it off. Sidney Hughes with the drive to left. That one's out of here. And the Dillos are on the board. It's now 1-0. There's the first run of the game with a Sidney Hughes home run to left field. 406 feet with the solo shot. Walterson goes down swinging. There's a single into left by Jerome. Gets by the diving third baseman. Von Cristal fouls out. There's a ground ball by Goldberg, and they'll get the lead runner. But they get on the board. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. And the Bears try to answer. There's a line drive into center for the first out. CJ Levine in the diving play on the line by the first baseman for the second out, and Tweedlecock lines out for out number three. We go to the top of the fifth, and Love will lead it off for the Dillos with a ground ball to the shortstop for the first out. True, the ground ball to the first baseman for the second out. De Liancourt with a line drive up the middle for a single. Liancourt steals second base. Now have a runner on second with 2 outs. And Stickman with a 2-1 count drives a single into right. Liancourt's going to try and score, and he's safe. It's going to increase the lead to 2 for the Dillos. It's now 2-0. The ground ball to third from Hughes. We're going to the bottom of the fifth with a 2-0 score, and Don Marcus to take it away.
I think it's the biggest lead we've seen all day in any of the games we've been doing. And Bass will ground this one to the second baseman. 1 down. Mistier gets it past the first baseman into the outfield. So 1 out single for Mistier. Eschenbaugh. Oh, a pickoff attempt, and did they get him? No, he got back in time. Or no, they didn't. Or he didn't get back in time. That's 2 down. Eschenberg's going to ground out to the first baseman. Pick-off for out number 2, and a ground out for out number 3 as we head to the top of the 6th. 2-0. Dillos. Walterson. Fly ball. This looks like it's going to make it out, and it does. Another run here. Walterson, 374 foot, his second of the season. And it's now 3-0. The Dillo squad is happy about that one. Drone coming up to bat. Drone's going to ground this to the shortstop. 1 down. Von Cristal. Grounder to the shortstop. Out number 2. And Goldberg, grounder to the second baseman, out number 3, but home run by Walterson makes this a 3-run ball game as the Bears need to get back into this as it's the bottom of the 6th. Zaso, grounder to the second baseman. Boucher gets this down in front of the right fielder. I'm not sure it's Boucher or Boucher. I want to say Boucher, like Bobby Boucher. Croft Grounder, second baseman. Could it be 2? It is. Double play gets us out of the 6th inning. Bears still looking for some runs here. Amarillo looking to get some more insurance here as Love comes up to bat. He will swing and miss. 1 down here, top of the 7th. True. Grounder to the shortstop. Across the bag. 1 down. The Liancourt. Grounder to the shortstop, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch, 3-0 Dillos. McThick, good contact, drops in front of the center fielder. Going to be a lead-off hit. Bears looking to get something going here. Levine seeing if he can keep this going. Oh, pickoff again. McThick gets picked off at first. Mistake. This is going to be costly. Levine, grounder to the pitcher. 2 down now. Tweedlecock hits this in front of the right fielder. So 2 out, 1 on now for Bass. Bruce City's been getting picked off. Bass going to try the steal, and he's going to succeed. That's his 5th, or Tweedlecock, sorry. Gets his 5th stolen base. Bass will fly over to right field. Right fielder teleports under it and gets the 3rd out. Head to the top of the 8th now. Stickman leading it off. And Stickman, who really looks like a stick, amazingly, takes the walk and goes to first. Hughes gets that in front of the right fielder. Amarillo already looking strong again in this thing. 1st and 2nd now. Walterson will take a walk. Bases loaded. Nobody out as Drome comes up to bat. And Drome hits this, and it's going to get down in front of the right fielder. That scores 1. So it's now 4-0. The Dillos pouring it on here as Vaughn Kristoff comes up with the bases loaded. He will hit this in the right field. That's going to get down. That's good for another run. Another single, another run. It's now 5-0. Still nobody out. Goldberg up now. Goldberg will be the first out of the inning. Swings at that fastball. 1 down. Love will drop this down in front of the right fielder. 1 run will score. Make that 6-0 now as Shrew comes up to bat. We're going to maybe see a bat all the way around here. Pitching change, or no, it wasn't a pitching change, a walk, and he walks in a run. Bruce City just not looking good here. 4 runs now in the 8th, and only 1 out with the bases loaded as De Liancourt comes up. He will swing and miss. 2nd out. Stickman back up, and he will sit down, but 4 runs score, and the bases were still jammed. It's 7-0. Bruce City in a huge hole with only 2 innings left to get back into it. Mistier will try to get it started here with a base hit to left field. 1 on, nobody out. Eschenbaugh comes up. Eschenbaugh flies this one to center field. That's going to be 1 down. Jexto, it's hard to say that one. It gets a strikeout. Boucher up, and he's going to fly out to center field. And Bruce City's down to 3 outs.
I go with Zecto.
Zecto. Okay, that does make sense. Okay, Zecto. Thank you. Some of the pronunciations I get tongue-tied.
I don't know if it's right.
It works for me. It sounds better than what I was saying. Hughes, a swing and a miss. Yeah, I can butcher names like nobody's business. Walterson, I can say that one. Fly ball right field. Whoa, 2 down. Drome to the shortstop, and Bruce City needs 7 runs in 3 outs to tie this one up. Be a heck of a rally. Croft will ground this one out to the pitcher. McThick. Fly ball center field. 2 down. Last chance here. Levine comes up to bat. And he'll swing and miss. And that's going to be a shutout victory for the Dillos. 7-0 here. Your final score in Bruce City. Amarillo, 2 hits for several players. Got Hughes with a home run and Walterson with one as well. Bruce City, 3-hit game for Boucher. Just could not get any runs going in this one. Dillos win's going to go to quads, goes to 3-0. Blahaj gets the save. Wolf gets the loss. And Flop Quads is going to be your player of the game tonight. Which one was this one? This was this one. Okay, so let's see.
Dillos.
Okay, Ranas win 9-1 over the Wheelies. Ranas 4 for 5 day for Breaker. Great game there. Anchorage with several 2-hit games. The only run coming from Webb. Francois Jacques Jean gets the win. ETF gets the loss, and their player of the game is Simbreaker.
All right, Mingos take down the Kingpins 5-0. For Chicago, we have a 3-for-4 day for Summers. For Florida, we have a 2-for-3 day for Dinger with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. The win goes to Pelikai. The loss goes to Huizenga, and player of the game is Lilo Pelikai.
Back to back for you.
All right, California Firehawks take down Kansas City Hepcats 7-5. For California, we have a 3-for-5 day for Bon Pensiero with 2 runs and an RBI. And for Kansas City, we have a 3-for-5 day for Kills with 2 runs. And the win goes to Summers. The blown save goes to Cologne. West gets the loss, and player of the game is Salvatore Bon Pensiero.
Some of
That
these
one
names.
almost got me.
Let's see. Lemurs 9-7 over the Swifties. State College with a 4 RBI game from Healers, just not enough to get the win. Let's see. On the Louisville side, 4 RBI game for Hoff. Loss is going to go to Lopez, goes to 0-1. Crown gets the win in relief. Fetty the save. And Christopher Hoff's going to get player of the game. That is all for this one. We'll move on to, you believe we're already in our 4th game. We're making good time tonight. Holy cow.
Nice.
Let's see. This is going to be primetime game number 3, and the prediction is up. Let's see. Boise at Buffalo. Primetime game number 3. So, so it matters. How many pitchers will the Surge use? Good question. So that'll be a fun one to see how that one pans out. Let's see. I guess I'm starting this one, right? Yeah. Boise at Buffalo. Alrighty. So let's see how this one goes. Buffalo Surge against the Boise Raptors here in Buffalo. Allen started off for the Raptors. Allen hits this one nice. Going to make it back to the wall in center field. He's got a double to lead this one off. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Ziegler up. He'll swing and miss. 1 down. Ingram. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Whiskey. Anga hits this one deep to right field. Does it have enough? No. Caught at the wall. Saves a couple runs on that one. It's 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the 1st. Buckshank. Grounder to the pitcher. 1 down. Harry Kelly. It's this one to right field. Right fielder diving. Stop. Great stop by him. Out number 2. Splorger. To the right fielder, 1, 2, 3. Go the Surge as Boise comes back up to bat. Bon Appetit gets it through the infield, out into the left field, and it's going to be a leadoff single. Leadoff hits for the Raptors in back-to-back innings here. Let's see if they can do something. Callahan will strike out. 3rd strikeout now for Whiskey. Dan will strike out. Whiskey now with 4 strikeouts. Hopkins strikes out. 3 strikeouts in a row and 5 already in 2 innings for Whiskey. He's throwing it hard. Buffalo, Cadavra will get this right up the middle. Leadoff hit for Buffalo now as Damian Thriller comes up to bat. He hits this one into the gap. That's going to hit the wall. How far is Cadavra going to go? He's going all the way. Thriller going for 3, and Cadavra runs from first to score. We got a 1-0 ball game. RBI triple for Thriller. Tomlin drops this in front of the left fielder. That's going to be a 2nd run now score as Tomlin gets an RBI single, and still nobody out for Buffalo. Bambino. It's this one to left field. Left fielder able to make this play. 1 down. Mio, grounder to the first baseman to second. Can't turn it, but they get the leadoff runner for out number 2. Tonk Motto takes the walk. 1st and 2nd. 2 down. Buckshank checks swing, and they give it to him. He's going to get the walk. Bases loaded now for Kelly. Kelly not able to do anything with it. Pops it up. Shortstop able to make the play, but 2-run score here in the bottom of the 2nd. Buffalo 2-0 over Boise. Johnston. Sharp grounder to the second baseman. 1 down. Allen. A rounder to the shortstop, gets past him. That's going to be an infield hit. They're going to score that one a hit. So 1 on, 1 out for Ziegler. But Allen's going to steal 12th stolen base of the year here. Ziegler grounds it to the third baseman. Out number 2. Ingram will sit down, strikeout. It's now 6, I think, for Kelly. Still looking pretty good here as Buffalo holds on to this lead. Comes back up to bat. Splorger starting it off. Splorger drops this in front of the center fielder. That's going to be a single. I think Buffalo's had a lead-off hit every inning so far in this one. Cadavra hits this to left field. Out number 1. Damian Thriller, left field. Out number 2. Tomlin now. Oh, gets past the catcher. That's going to advance Splorger to second. Tomlin now runner in scoring position. He's going to fly this one to left center, and left fielder able to make the play and end the Buffalo threat as we head top of the 4th. Buffalo still up by 2. Bonga hits this one center field. Center fielder not able to make the play. He caught it. I didn't think he caught it. What a catch out there. Now this one's going to go down the right field line. Not Petit going to get himself a double. That's a great catch out in center field. I thought that was over his head. Callahan will sit down. Strike 3. 2 outs now. Dan sharp to third, and that's going to be out number 3. We had bottom of the 4th now. Buffalo still holding this lead. Bambino will make another lead-off hit. Great attempt by the second baseman. Just could not get it in time. And a strikeout now for Mio. So Mio's going to sit down, 1 away. Mato, fly ball, center field. Out number 2. Buckshank, grounder to the third baseman. Great throw across, and that will take us to the 5th inning. As Boise comes up to bat, be interesting to see if Buffalo can keep these leadoff hits going. Hopkins, fly ball to right field, going to drop in for a leadoff hit. 1 on, nobody out now. Johnston coming up to bat. Sharp grounder to first. They throw it, but they cannot make the play in time, but they get him at first base. Allen now, grounder to second. That's going to be 2 down. Ziegler pops it to left field. Left fielder under it. And that'll take us through the first half of this game. 2-0 Buffalo, and on to you, Cheeky.
All right, we have Kelly leading it off for the Surge. He goes down looking. Splorger comes up to bat and hits a weak grounder second for the second out. And Cadavra with a drive to left, but it's caught for out number 3. And we go to the top of the 6th. Boise's chasing 2 here. Ingram comes to the plate. And line drive into left, a diving catch by Tomlin. That's Knifey's guy there. There's a strikeout on Bonga. That was Whiskey's 8th strikeout. Bon appetit with the single up the middle. Callahan drives one deep to left. That one's out of here. That's going to tie us up at 2. Callahan with the 2-run shot off of Whiskey. Maybe they needed to get him out of there. Game is now tied on the 2-run homer by Callahan. Dan coming to the plate. Trek Dan takes a walk. Whiskey remains in the game. There's another strikeout for Whiskey. That's 9 on the day for Whiskey. But the game is now tied 2-2. Thriller with a high fly ball to right field for the first out. Tomlin with a single into left. Bambino with a ground ball up the middle into the shift, and they turn 2. Score remains 2-2. We have a new pitcher in. Winalito gives up an infield hit to Dan Johnston. Barry Allen rips one into right. That's going to advance the runner to third. We have first and third with No outs. They're going to steal the double steal. They throw it away at second base. It's going to score a run on the double steal. It's now 3-2 Boise, and there's a single up the middle. It now makes it 4-2 Boise. What a turnaround in these last 2 innings. And the ground ball to short will be a double play. And Bonga grounds out for out number 3, but Boise gets 2 more on the board. Buffalo coming up to bat. It's a Mio at the plate. Goes down swinging. Tonk Mado with a drive to right. And that one's out of here. The solo shot by Tonk Mado makes this game 4-3. It's a 1-run game. Buffalo only down by 1 here. Going to the top of the lineup. Buckshank strikes out swinging. Kelly with the single up the middle keeps this inning going. And Splorger comes up to bat. 1-0 count and pops out to the center fielder to end the 7th inning. Buffalo gets 1 on the board, though, and only trails by 1. Bon Appetit takes a walk to lead it off. There's a wild pitch, and Bon Appetit gets second base. With first base open, they're going to intentionally walk Callahan. And there's a line drive shot down the line by Dan. Trex Dan hits a 2 RBI double. It increases the lead to 6-3 for Boise. They bring in a new pitcher. Westbrook comes in and walks the first batter. Hopkins takes first. And there's a line shot by Johnston down the right field line. That's going to be another 2 RBI double for Boise. That makes the lead 5, and the score is 8-3. Barry Allen with the ground ball to first for the first out of the inning. Runner advances to third. There's another ground ball to first. That'll be the second out. And a line drive over the shortstop's head by Ingram is going to score another run. The score is now 9-3. They put up 5 this inning. Bongo with the ground ball to second. And that'll do it for the Boise top of the 8th. It's now 9-3 Boise. Can Buffalo come back from this deficit? Cadavra starts it off with a walk. Thriller with a single up the middle. Cadavra is going to go to third. We have first and third with no outs for Buffalo. Trailing by 6. They ground into a double play there, but they do score 1. They're now down by 5. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Bambino up to bat. And the infield pop-up. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th. They do get back 1. It's now 9-4 Boise. Bon Appetit's going to lead it off for Boise with a strikeout. Minerva Madsen comes in for the relief. Strikes out the first 2 batters. And Trex Dan grounds 1 to third for the infield hit. He beats it out. There's another ground ball to third. This time they get the lead runner, and that'll be out number 3 in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Buffalo down by 5. 3-1 count to Itztimg, who lines out to the center fielder. Tonk Mado goes down swinging, and Buckshank is their last chance with 2 outs, an 0-1 count. And he hits one deep to right. That one's out of here, but it only gets him 1. and they're still down by 4 with 2 outs. And Kelly coming to the plate. Can Kelly keep this going? Nope. Kelly goes down swinging, and that'll do it for Buffalo. Boise takes this one with the late surge, 9-5. And for Boise, we have a 3 for 5 day for Allen and a 3 for 4 day for Bon Appetit. We have 2 for 4 days for Thriller and Tomlin. Arcanum gets the win. Cilliams Jr. gets the hold. The loss goes to Winolito, and Rotgut Whiskey is the player of the game.
Quite a game. We've had two close ones and two not as close ones.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So that one was right here. Okay. Let's see. So Slothies win 6-0 over the Aviators. Shut out for the Sloths. Let's see. San Antonio, 3-hit game for this Marcus guy. I don't know about that guy. Outer Banks, 2 hits on the game. One for Harper, one for Brooks. So the pitching was dominant here by Mike Boss. 9 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Great game for him. Jones is going to take the loss, and obviously Mike Boss the third is your player of the game.
All right. Voyagers beat the Vandals 5-4. For Vancouver, we have a 2 for 4 day for Walker with 2 runs scored. And for New York, we have a 2 for 4 day for Dog with 2 RBIs. For the pitching, we have a loss for Max Velo. The hold goes to Secret, and the win goes to Jones. Player of the game is Joey Moose Jr.
Right on to Providence. The Crabs win over the Pathfinders 7-2. Toronto 2-hit games for Dawson the third and for Shadow. Providence 3-hit game for Cool Crab. The loss is going to go to Yita Ball, and the win's going to go to Alessio. Your player of the game is Calvin Cool Crab. Just watch that one. Nashville Stars 2-0 shutout over the Sea Serpents. Seattle with a 2-hit game for Rees. Nashville 2-hit game for DeVille and for Andrews Jr. Blue Sky's going to get the loss. Mulder the save. Katarina, or Mulder the win. Katarina the save. Zach Mulder, your player of the game.
All right. Apex beat the Rougarous 3-2. For the New Orleans side, we had a 2 for 4 day for Gile with 1 run. And on the Indianapolis side, we had a 1 for 3 day for Payne with the 3 RBIs and the 1 run. Was that on a home run? Yeah, that was a 3 run shot. And Lycan gets the loss. Farnsworth gets the win. Ortiz with the save, and player of the game is Professor Farnsworth.
And on over to Lunar Base, Low Gravity helped out 10-1 over Death Valley. Death Valley, 5 hits on the game across 5 batters. Flamingo with a double, as well as Plainville and Giannalis. Lunar Base, 2 hits for several players. Home run for Sterling in this one, his fourth. Billy the Kid gets the loss. Gaussman gets the win. Iceman the save, and your player of the game is Scotty Sterling.
All right, Demons beat the Toros 4-2. For Cancun, we have a 2 for 3 day for a pitcher with 1 run. And for Detroit, we have a 2 for 4 day for Slamus and Sean. And for Cancun, Lee gets the loss. For Detroit, Belfort gets the win. And player of the game is JC Swishman.
And on to the minors. The Dillos win on the road against the Bears 10-3. Let's see, Amarillo 4 for 4 day for Hughes. Great day there. Bruce City, 2 hits for how do you say it?
Zecto.
Zecto. Thank you. Zecto for Boucher and for Mello. I'm going to say Boucher even if it's Boucher because I like saying that.
I like Boucher too.
Boucher.
I like that one.
Bobby Boucher. Let's see. Ruderix gets the win and the blown save. Mander with the loss. Player of the game is Sydney Hughes.
All right. Wheelers take down the Rana 6-1. For Puerto Rico, we have a 2 for 4 day for Cunningham. For Anchorage, we have a 3 for 3 day for King, who has a run. And we have 1 for 5 day for Bobrist with 3 RBIs. And the loss goes to Ribbit. The win goes to Dick. Treadwell gets the hold, and player of the game is Richard Dick.
And let's see, on to State College, where the Swifties win 8-1 over the Lemurs. Swifties had a 4 RBI game from Mizashima. Louisville, a 2-hit game from Baltz. Win's going to go to Ramirez. Etoff gets the save. Summers with a loss, and Jackson Ramirez is your player of the game.
Firehawks beat the Hepcats 8-3. For California, we have a 3 for 5 day for Me Higher with 1 RBI. For Kansas City, we have a 2 for 5 day for Justice and a 3 for 4 day for Child. For California, the win goes to Valak the fourth, 43 and 24-7. 24-7 gets the hold, and Backle Jr. gets the hold. And the loss goes to Hooker. Player of the game is Deion Sandals.
And finally, the Mingos win over the Kingpins 2-1. Close one there. Chicago, 4 hits crossed 4 batters, only run coming from Summers. Florida had 2 for 4 game from Knopf. Pitching, Votto gets the loss. Kumtowski is going to get the win. Stu Macher is going to be your player of the game. And that's going to take us to game number 5 of the night, the last live stream. That's going to be Seattle at Nashville, primetime game numero 4. So,
player of the game will come from which team?
A good prediction there. There we go. Double check the date. Yes, that is correct.
I'm going all in.
You're going all in on this one, huh?
All 180 points.
Here. Oh, wow. That's going to be interesting. What's the records here? Just out of curiosity. Let's see. Nashville is here. Ooh, it's close. 6-5 versus 5-6. Yeah. I got lucky in the World Series, so I have too much money right now. But I don't want to throw anything off too far. But you know what? I'm going to go for a little bit here. I'll skew it a little bit. Oh, somebody else did the same thing. So now we got a pretty heavily Nashville edge here over Seattle. So if anybody wants a value bet, put your bet in for that one. Let's see. It's your start, right? Yeah. Your start on this one. I don't want to hit the quick play button. I did that once, and yeah, nobody ever let me live it down. All righty, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Doug leading it off, and Mac John starts it off with a strikeout. There's a line drive past the first baseman for Arenado. There's a second strikeout for Mac John. And a ground ball to the shortstop. They get the lead runner for the third out of the top of the first. No score. Sakudo comes in to lead it off for the Stars. And he goes down looking. DeVry with his first K. And DeVille comes up and pops out into right field for the second out. Randberg with the pop out into center field for out number 3. We have a scoreless first. Commander Warsmoke goes down looking. That's Mac John's third strikeout. There's a line drive past the first baseman for Pee Wee Reese. And that pitch gets away from Sakudo. The runner takes second, and there's a high fly ball deep to center. Is it deep enough to tag the runner? Yes. So we have a runner at third with 2 outs. And the infield pop up to end the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Score is still 0-0. Mo Love leads it off, but he strikes out. Ballard Jr. at the plate. It's a high fly ball to center field. That'll be out number 2. And there's another strikeout for DeVry, his third. That ends the second inning. Score is still 0-0. It's a ground ball to first for the first out. It's another strikeout for Mac John. That's his 4th. Arenado lines one past the first baseman for a single. Wellerman with the ground ball to the shortstop. They'll get the lead runner for the third out, and that is the end of the top of the third. Still 0-0. Nashville. Cove comes up to bat, looking for Nashville's first hit. There it is. And that'll be a leadoff double for Nashville in the bottom of the third. And a sliding play by the left fielder for out number 1. There's a single up the middle for Summers. And that's going to be the first run of the game as Cove scores from second. It's now 1-0 Nashville. So Kudo lines out to left. DeVille strikes out. That'll end the third. Going to the top of the fourth, we have a 1-0 game now. Nashville leads. There's a line out for Becker. Warsmoke with the ground ball to third for out number 2. And Pee Wee Reese with another ground ball to third for a 1-2-3, top of the fourth. So the bottom of the fourth, Nashville up 1. Randberg leading it off for the Stars with a walk. Mo Love, the line drive down the left field line. It's going to be a double. Second and third with no outs for the Stars. Infield comes in. There's a ground ball to the pitcher. It's going to beat out the throw, and that's an infield hit. Bases are loaded. Ooh, there's a strikeout looking. Bases still loaded, 1 out. Infield's still in, and line drive in front of the left fielder. It's going to score 1. Runner holds at third. Now 2-0 Nashville. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Infield's still in. There's a ground ball to third base, and he comes home with it. They get the lead runner. It's now 2 outs. The infield backs up, and another ground ball to the second baseman will end the inning. And it keeps the damage down to only a run, and it's 2-0 Nashville. There's a line drive by Pass to lead it off for the Sea Serpents in the top of the fifth. And Hinckley gets an infield hit to the third baseman. Boudreaux grounds to second, and that'll be a double play. And Doug strikes out, and that'll end the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 2-0 Nashville.
Close one here. Still anybody's ball game here. Nashville, Sokudo coming up. Diving play by the right fielder, 1 away. Nash DeVille. Check swing and is given the ball. So 1 out. Gets a walk and Randberg up to bat. Oh, pick off DeVille is out. 2 away now. And Randberg will swing and miss. So that'll take us to the top of the 6th. We've seen a lot of pickoffs today on many of our games. Arenado will drop this one into the right field for a leadoff single as Wellerman comes up to bat. Wellerman hits this to left field. That's going to drop in. So we're going to have first and second. Nobody out for Becker. As Seattle looking to get back in this one. Becker drops this one in. That's going to score a run. That is a RBI double. So now we got second and third. Nobody out. Warsmoke coming up. Warsmoke. Check swing and given the pass. So we got bases loaded with nobody out. Seattle looking strong here in this inning. Rees hits this. Center fielder able to make the play, but that's enough to score a run. RBI sac fly ties this one up. This pass comes up the bat. And that's going to be a double play. So gets out of the jam a little bit, but it is tied now as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Nashville coming back to bat. Hot hitting Mo Love to lead it off. He'll pop this one foul for out number 1. Idell Valor Jr. fly ball to center field. Out number 2. Hayden Andrews Jr. swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3. Go the Stars as Seattle comes back to bat. Hinckley, fly ball, right field gap, but the right fielder able to get under it for out number 1. Boudreau gets it past the shortstop, so 1 out. 1 on now for Doug. Oh, he gets beamed. That one just rode right in there. I don't know. That almost looked intentional. Hey, 1, first and second. 1 out. Arenado, grounder to third. Right through across the bag. That's 2 down. And a swing and a miss by Wellerman. With Seattle not able to get anything out of those 2 runners as we head to the 7th inning stretch. Still tied up at 2. Phineas Cove will fly to center field. And that'll be out number 1. Momspooner, right past the first baseman. I thought the first baseman had a play, did not. And he's going to make a double out of this one. So 1 on, 1 out, runner at second here for Summers. Oh, Momspooner stealing third and gets it. That's his first steal of the season, and he steals third. Summers, fly ball to center field. They're going to send Momspooner, and Momspooner's going to make it in. Not even a throw from the cutoff. 3-2 now. Seattle. Or 3-2 Nashville, sorry. So Kudo, swing and a miss. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 8th, but 1 run scored, or the top of the 8th here. 1 run scores for Nashville. I got the wrong half of the inning in my head. It's now 3-2. Becker will sit down, watch strike 3 go past. Bubba Blaze throwing his second strikeout. More smoke. It's this one to center field. Center fielder going to get under it for out number 2. Rees. It's this one that's going to drop in for a hit. So a 2-out hit here now for Seattle as they're hoping to tie this up. Pass coming to bat. And Pass dropping this down the left field. That's going to be first and second now. 2 out. LeBeau looking to shut this down. Hinckley looking to keep it going but cannot. Grounder to first will take us to the bottom of the 8th. Nashville up 1. I'm sure they wouldn't mind some insurance here. Nash DeVille gets it to the third baseman, out number 1. Brandberg takes a walk. So 1 on, 1 out for Mo Love. And Mo swing and a miss. That's going to be out number 2 now. Valor Jr. swing and a miss. And Seattle now with their last chance to tie or take the lead here in the top of the 9th. Bordeaux to start it out, or Boudreau. Boudreau drops it in to right field. Leadoff hit. Something to work with here. Let's see what they can do. Doug coming up to the plate. Doug grounded to the second and into the double play. Last chance for Seattle here. Arenado will keep it going. Drops it in front of the center fielder. Is Wellerman feeling like a hero here? Is he going to keep this rolling or not? He will not. Able to make the play at second, and that'll do it in this one. 3-2, your final score. Close one here in Nashville. I'm going to keep the suspense on the player of the game here for a little bit. Seattle, 4 for 5 day from Arenado. Good day for him, just not enough to help him win. Nashville had a 2-hit game from Cove. Let's see, pitching. Telfair gets the loss. Blaze is going to get the win. LeBeau is going to get the save. And your player of the game is Ivy DeVree. It's Seattle that gets the player of the game. Oh, how about that? Robbed, I tell you. Robbed. There went some of my channel points. All right, save that one. All right, and that was that one. So, let's see. Toronto, 10-3 over to Krabbies. Toronto had 3 RBI game for Death Rage. Providence, a 3-hit game rather for Cove. Win is going to go to Simicallis Jr. Loss is going to go to Pitch Lord, and player of the game is Tyler Deathrage.
All right, Vandals beat the Voyagers in extras 9-7. And for Vancouver, we have a 3-for-4 game for McLovin Jr. with an RBI and a run. For New York, we have 2-for-5 game for Skatos with a run and 2 RBIs. And the win goes to Shrub, the save goes to Velo, and the loss goes to Adkins. Player of the game is McLovin Jr.
On over to Cancun over Detroit on the road, 5-4, close one there. Cancun, 2 RBI game for Ozza. Detroit, 3 hits from both Nerd and Sean. Win is going to go to Cowgill. Loss is going to go to Holmes. Player of the game is Xander Ozza.
All right, Lunar Base wins this one 13-5 over Death Valley. For Death Valley, we have a 1-for-5 game for Reeves with 2 RBIs and no run. We have Scotty Sterling going 3-for-3 with 4 RBIs and 4 runs. And for Death Valley, Rousey gets the loss. Indianapolis gets the win. And player of the game is Scotty Sterling.
And on over to Indianapolis, where the Apex shut out the Rougarous 6-0. New Orleans, 2-hit game from Bullworm. Indianapolis, a 3-for-4 day from Fernandez. Loss is going to go to Jackson. Win is going to go to Bernard, and your player of the game is Maurice Bernard. Just watch that one. So let's see. On to the minors, where the Bears win 3-2 over the Dillos. Close one. Let's see. Dillos had 6 hits across 6 batters, a run each for Crystal Hauser and Goldberg. Bruce City, a 2-hit game for Boucher. Loss is going to go to guess who, and Jones is going to get the win. Noble the save. Fletcher Jones, your player of the game.
All right, Rana's get a win here over the Wheelers, 7-4. We have a 2-for-5 day for Hitchcock. And on the Anchorage side, a 2-for-4 day for King with an RBI and a run. The win goes to Yeeho, and Chambers gets the loss. Jeremiah Bullfrog is the player of the game.
Yeah, I thought I missed some majors. Yep, we missed the top line. Let's see. Surge lose to the Raptors 5-1. Let's see. 2-hit games for Ziegler, Ingram, and Dan. Buffalo, a 1-hit game for Thriller, Bambino, and Tonk Mato. Phenomenon gets the win. Toltri gets the loss, and Phenomenon gets your player of the game.
All right, OBX beats the Sloths 7-3. For San Antonio, we have a 2-for-4 day for Wolfington Jr. with 2 RBIs and a run. And for Outer Banks, we have a 4-for-5 day for Harper with 3 RBIs and 3 runs. Graham gets the win. Lorben Spiel gets the loss, and player of the game is Arya Harper.
That's why I didn't want to see the top line. Let's see. Kansas City loses at home to the Firehawks 3-2. Let's see. 2-hit games from Wellerman Jr. and Beavers. Kansas City, 3-hit game from Kills. Pitching, wow, Jimmy with the win. Holds for Conkling, Summers, and Season 24. Season 30 gets the save. Corrigan gets the loss, and Slippin' Jimmy gets the player of the game.
Lemurs beat the Steeds 8-7 in extras. For State College, we have a 1-for-4 game with 2 runs and an RBI game for Singh. On the Louisville side, we have a 2-for-4 game with an RBI and a run for Kwanzaa. The loss goes to Mantix. The win goes to Boykins, and player of the game is Jenny B. Pink.
And on to Florida. 18 innings. Been some long ones tonight. 4-3. Your final score. Oh my gosh, look at that graph. That's crazy. Looks like Dinger with the solo home run to win this one in the 18th. Chicago, 4-for-7 game for down. 4-for-7. There's 8 at bats for some of these guys. 4-for-7 game for downfall. On the Florida side, a 3-for-6 game for Hunter. And lots of pitchers used. Votto will take the loss. And the win is going to go to Og with a blown save to Komtowski. Chase Hunter is going to be your player of the game. Man, rip bullpen. Holy moly.
7 pitchers.
Wow. That's nuts. All right. We got 3 sim days, I believe, to wrap it up. First one's an easy one. Okay. 2 more sim days. So we will sim this one. Better play the games before I go to the next day. Let's see. The Firehawks. Oh, let's go to the top here. The Crabs over the Aviators 2-1. Outer Banks, 1 hit games for both for Harper, Power Bat, Little Bark, and Brooks. Providence, 2 hit games for Cool Crab and for Cove. Kelly's going to get the loss. Meta is the winner. James gets a save, and Benjamin Abenduck is your player of the game.
Voyagers beat the Surge 5-2. For Buffalo, we have a 2-for-4 day for Cadavra and Tomlin. For New York, we have a 3-for-4 day for Angel with 2 runs and an RBI. Kaufman gets the loss, Cove gets the win, Jones the hold, Bakugo gets the save, and Retsnome Kaliakov is the player of the game.
All those coves, I tell you. Slothies lose a tough win at 6-5, 4 runs in the ninth. Not enough to tie it for the Sloths. Boise, 3 hit games for Ziegler and for Dan. Wolfington Jr. on the San Antonio side gets 2 hits. Boise, the win's going to go to Joe. Steele gets the save. Aria takes the loss, and Sloppy Joe gets your player of the game.
Vandals beat the Pathfinders 12-4. For Toronto, we have a 3-for-4 day for Lou with 4 RBIs and a run. And on the Vancouver side, we have a lot of hits. We are going to go with the 4-for-4 day for Von Caliente with 3 runs and an RBI. The win goes to cash considerations. The loss goes to random, and player of the game is Enrique Von Caliente.
Caliente was very caliente in that game. Let's see. Nashville 11-2, putting on an offensive show here over Detroit. Detroit, 2 hit games for Jam, Dollarson, and for Slamis. Nashville, 3 RBI, 4 hit game for Cove, Ineas Cove. One of the Coves I can say the names of. Abernathy Jr. gets the loss. Ziegler gets the win, and Ineas Cove is your player of the game.
All right, Lunar Base with another win, 6-3 over Indianapolis. For Lunar Base, we have 2-for-5 days for Eucliffe and Sterling, a 3-for-4 day for Honk Shu there with 3 runs and an RBI. On the Indianapolis side, we have a 2-for-5 day for Car Crash with 2 RBIs and a run. Lunar Base, Green gets the win, Crane Pool gets the loss for Indianapolis, and player of the game is Honk Shu.
And on to, let's see, Seattle loses to the Rougarous 7-6. Seattle with a 3 hit game for Becker. New Orleans, 2 hit games for Steel Flex and for Manuel Bang. Rivers going to get the win and blown save. Goat Tank gets the loss. Dustin Becker is your player of the game.
We saw this one.
Oh yeah, that's one we saw. This one. There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
All right. DVS takes down the Toros 6-5. For Cancun, we have a 2-for-4 day for Murphy with 2 runs and an RBI. And for DVS, we have a 3-for-4 day for Plainview with a run. And Fielder gets the loss for Cancun. Bummus gets the win. Cramblin gets the save. And player of the game is Superfragicalistic Expialidocious Snake.
And on to the minors now. Let's see. California 4-1 over the Kingpins. California with a 3-for-4 day for Hawthorne. Chicago for 6 hits across 1 hit each for 6 different players. A run for Etef. Win is going to go to Lore. Backle Jr. is going to get a save. Innings Eater, the loss, and Thor Lore, your player of the game.
All right. Bruce City beats the Wheelers 5-1. For Anchorage, we have a 2-for-4 day for Webb with an RBI and a run. And for the Bruce City side, we have a 2-for-4 day for Levine with a run. And the loss goes to Peace. Alvarez gets the win. Baba gets the save. And player of the game is Ryan Alvarez.
And on over to State College, where State College is shut out 3-0 by Florida. Florida with a 3-for-4 day from Honcho. One hit for Blair, one hit for Ramirez makes up the entire offense for State College. Georges gets the win. Confident gets the save. Infinity takes the loss, and Georges gets your player of the game.
Cats take down the Ranas in extras, 3-1. For Kansas City, we have a 3-for-5 game, 4-4, with 1 RBI and 1 run. For Puerto Rico, we have a 2-for-6 game for Breaker and Poe. For Kansas City, the win goes to Legacy Point, the loss goes to LBG, and the player of the game is Michael Dion II.
And the Dillos win over the Lemurs 5-2. Louisville, 4 hits across 4 players, run each for Griffin and for Pink. Amarillo, 3-for-3 day for Von Christelhauser. Loss is going to go to George Braxton. Win's going to go to Ritter, and Mann is going to get the save. Kreese Von Christelhauser, your player of the game. And on to the last sim day. Check my dates. Yep. All right. Last sim day here. And we'll start up here in the majors. Aviators over the Crabs, 6-4. Outer Banks, a 3 RBI day for both Duke and O. Richards in this one. Providence, a 3-hit game for Thompson and for Cove. G Woo's going to get the win. Nansen the save. Bonzo the loss, and Steve Duke is your player of the game.
Vandals beat the Pathfinders 6-5 with a walk-off there in the bottom of the ninth by McLovin Jr. hitting a run-scoring single. For Toronto, we have a 2-for-3 day for Deathridge with 2 RBIs and a run. And we have McLovin going 2-for-5 with that RBI single to walk it off. The loss goes to a miss. The win goes to Shrub. And the player of the game is Tyler Deathridge.
And the Slothies lose at home to the Raptors 8-4. Boise, 2-hit games for Ingram and Napatit. San Antonio, 7 hits across 7 players. Let's see. Boise, Phantom's going to get the win. Tatum's going to get the loss. And your player of the game is the Phantom.
Surge beat the Voyagers 2-1. For Buffalo, we have a 3-for-5 game for Buckshank with a run. And for New York, we have a 2-for-4 day for Skatos. Irons gets the win, Delling gets the save, Woods gets the loss, and the player of the game is Brigham Irons.
And on to Indianapolis, where Lunar Base wins in extras 6-3. 3 runs in the 10th for them. Lunar Base, 2-hit games for Euclid, for Sterling, and for Leg. Indianapolis had 5 hits across 5 players, including a home run by Car Crash and Gagne. Lunar Base, the win's going to go to Johnson, and the Hangman's going to get a blown save. Ortiz with the loss, and Aaron Ford with your player of the game.
Rougarous beat the Sea Serpents 7-3. For Seattle, we have a 2-for-4 day for Doug. For New Orleans, we have a 2-for-5 day for Williams with 3 RBIs and a run. McQueen gets the loss. Eshelman Jr. gets the win, and the player of the game is Eshelman Jr.
And on to Death Valley, 6-3. Is that the one we saw earlier? Did I do that one?
No.
Oh, it's just the same result as up here. 3-run
Oh, yeah.
10th, 3-run 10th, 6-3, 3-run 10th for the Toros, copying what was done in the other game. Let's see. Toros, 3-hit game for pitcher. Death Valley, a couple hits each for Smalls and for Plainview. Win's going to go to Lee. Loss is going to go to Cramblin. Xavier a blown save, and Keith a hold. Usada Picora, your player of the game.
Stars beat the Demons 5-3. For Detroit, we have a 2-for-5 day for Ruiz with the RBI and a run. We have a 2-for-4 day for Randberg on the Nashville side with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Dizzy Stoner gets the win, Katarina gets the save, and Strider gets the loss. Player of the game is Dizzy Stoner.
And on to the minors. The Mingos, 8-1 over the Swifties. Florida, 3-hit game for Hawkins. State College, hits across 4 players. Home run for Agrippa. Win is going to go to Pelikai. Komtowski with the save, Elastuk with the loss, and Lilo Pelika, your player of the game.
Rana's get another win versus the Hepcats, 6-4 for Kansas City. We have a 2-for-4 day for Lincoln Mercury with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. We have a 3-for-4 day for Cunningham with an RBI and a run on the Rico side, Rana side, and the win goes to Vandals. The loss goes to Smidius, and the player of the game is Ford Lincoln Mercury.
And let's see, on to, and no stam checks, Naz, sorry. Box score for this one. The Kingpins lose to the Firehawks 3-1. California, 2-hit games for Sandals, Beavers, and Johnson. Chicago, a 2-hit game for Penley. Win's going to go to Obel, Biglet the save. Huzasinga is going to get the loss, and Tak Obel, your player of the game. Love that name. Now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot.
Brew City Bears beat the Anchorage Wheelers 6-2. For Anchorage, we have a 3-for-5 day for Comiao with 1 run scored, and a 4-for-4 day for Boucher with 1 run and 1 RBI. The loss goes to Yetif, and the win goes to Wheeler. The hold goes to Helwick, and the save goes to Peregrino. Player of the game is AJ Boucher.
And last but not least, 14 innings to settle this one. The Lemurs take out the Dillos 4-3. Run scoring double by Hoff to seal this one up. Louisville, 4-for-6 game from Zaleski. Amarillo, a 3-for-5 day from Drome. Hold's going to go to Fetty, blown save to Chaos Mod. Crown's going to get your win, and the loss is going to go to Summer. And Ian Rubbish is your player of the game. Man, hey, Chaotic, is that like a record? We did pretty quick today. Not that I'm complaining. We flew through this today. Take
It's
a
an
quick look at standings. Yeah, I know. I'm like, we're under 2 hours.
Efficiency.
That is efficient, man. Chaotic, do we get an award for that? We should.
Well, you have to get lucky too, kind of.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Yeah, there were a lot of
Sims.
defensive games. Oh yeah,
It was
that was
like,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, this was efficient. I like that. Let's see. Quick look at the standings for everybody. California and Louisville leading up. The Miners, poor Kingpins, still kind of struggling to get some wins here, 2-12. On over the majors. Let's see. The Surge and Outer Banks leading the way in the East. Raptors and the Sloss in the West. Raptors getting a tear here, and the Sloss hitting a slump. Let's see. The Apex and the Stars are ahead in the East. Riggers and Serpents and Toros kind of keeping it together there in the West. Struggling looks like what? Toronto's really, Toronto and the Crabbies are the ones struggling so far early in the season. Alrighty, let me start this uploading. I'll go through some of the.
What's in the expanded standings?
Let me look.
The one you were just on, but a different tab.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just like at the pre and post off season. Yeah. Commissioner execute. So we'll start this uploading, and I will, as soon as it gives me the error. There it is. Okay. Let's see the stats from this last set here. Give you some recent milestones here. Bartholomew Brown hit his 300th double for the Slothies. Unruly Rowdy Diamonds are clear not cloudy for the Toros. Got his 250th home or double. I'm all tongue-tied today. Mo Love, Nashville Stars, got his 200th home run. Vidal Valor Jr., the Stars, got his 450th walk. Dazen Guile of the Rougarous got his 300th stolen base. Eshelman Jr. of the Rougarous got his 1,500th inning pitched. And both Robert Green of Lunar Base and center fielder of the Toros hit their 1,250th innings pitched. So those were the awards there. And then let's see, Aria Harper went 5-for-5 against the Voyagers. Got 1 home run, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs. David Doug went 3-for-5 against Vancouver with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 2 runs. Corin Abernathy Jr. pitched 8 shutout innings against Seattle. Went 8 innings, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. Nice performance. Slothies, let's see. Johnny Tatum struck out 12 against Providence. 6 innings pitched in that one. Aria Blue Skies pitched 8 shutout innings against Vancouver with 7 strikeouts. In the minors, Sidney Hughes went 0 for 4 against Chicago, ending a 20-game hitting streak. Taco Bell pitched into the 8th inning against Puerto Rico. 7.1 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts. Lee DeCanter went 3 for 5 against the Swifties, 1 home run, 5 ribbies, and a walk, and
Real
3
quick.
runs. Yeah.
How many games into the season are we?
Let me look here. We should
14,
be
right?
14, I think. Wait, 1, 2,
How do
3,
they have a
4. Yeah.
20-game hitting streak?
Oh, it's probably extended to last season. I think
Oh,
it goes season to season. Yeah, it began last
uh,
season at 20 games. Yeah. So it
okay.
extended. It's I don't know. I always wonder if that should really count because you
I
had a
don't know
long
if I like
break.
that.
I know. It's like, I don't know. And then the last one,
Yeah.
Chicago, Jimmy Woo hit 2 home runs against the Swifties, 8 total bases, 6 ribbies, and 2 runs. So those were your accomplishments and milestones for the last sim. Yeah,
All
I
right, we have some
was amazed.
Ask the Booth.
Uh-oh. This is scary.
Yeah.
Will my player
So,
break the record?
Nospace wants to know why there was no perfect game today. Cheeky. I guess that was specifically for me. I'm gonna say it's because Chaotic One uploaded the wrong Chaos mod.
Well, and the other thing is he made me do a last minute change, and that always messes it up. If I have to do
That
a
must have
last
been
minute
it.
save, yeah, the last minute changes always cause issues.
All right, we got
It's
another one here.
either way,
This one's for you.
Either way, it's chaos issue. It's his fault.
All right, this one's for you. Ask the Booth.
Uh-oh.
Don, how are you feeling about the Sloth's hot start?
I hate it. Last season is a perfect example of why the Sloth should never have a hot start. When we do poorly in the beginning of the season, we do like Sloths and we just kind of keep crawling to the finish line and do well. But when we start out really fast, we got to take a nap around All-Star break. So yeah, I didn't. Yeah, 7-0 to start the season. You always think, oh, awesome. No, not for the Sloths. We like to be slow
So what
and
are you now?
steady. I think we won 2 and lost 5, so I think we're 9-5 now after, or
Okay.
9-3 or whatever it is after that. Yeah, 9-5.
So we started.
Yeah.
We had a rough start. We started 2-5, and then we just went 5-2 this one. I think we
So
ended
you're
the last.
7-7.
We went on a 4 game
Oh
win streak to end that one.
yeah.
Rough start though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like fast. I don't like hot starts for the Sloths. We like to make it into the playoffs with 500 or below 500 records. That's the way we do things. We like to make the World Series as a sub 500 team. It's more fun that way.
Go in as the underdog.
Exactly.
So you have people rooting for you.
It's like we needed all the help we could get against Indy in that series, and we still didn't get it. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting season. It's kind of, I don't know. It's so early you can't tell what's going to happen, but I think this is going to be an interesting season. I think there's going to be some surprises. As for who, I'm not going to say, but. So, do you have a drink of preference during broadcast? Because everybody knows my drink of preference.
You mean like adult sodas?
Well, just anything. I mean, this isn't even an adult soda. This is just a regular soda. It just says cheer wine, but there's no alcohol in it.
No, I'll mix it up. Water a lot of the times.
I used to, but I found that bubbles help your voice when you're doing a broadcast. Kind of soothes your voice a little bit. So yeah, I think the first stream I did water, I was like, I need something a little bit more than that. So I've stuck with Cheerwine ever since.
There you go.
Today's stream brought to you by Cheerwine.
I've never had a cheer wine in my life.
Oh, it's so good. If you like it's super sugary. It's like kind of like a cherry Dr. Pepper, but very cherry and very, very sweet. I mean, my wife says it tastes like
East Coast thing.
Yeah, it's a Carolina thing. So I'm actually in Ohio.
Okay.
I picked it up on a vacation when I was in Myrtle Beach. I was like, "What is this? This sounds interesting." So I just got one. I'm like, "Oh God, I love this!" So I took a couple cases home, and now we can buy it here close. So I was like, "Yeah, so much better." I can't do sparkling water. Oh, I don't know. It's the bubbles with no flavor. Just like can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I feel you on that one.
Just
I could do flavored like what is it called?
Like Mio or something
zero
like
water
that.
or whatever.
Yeah, that stuff. I can do
But
that.
I don't know about sparkling.
Club soda, all that. No, I just can't. I need, even if it's just ginger ale. I mean, I have to have something. Can't just be straight bubbly water. My son will not drink anything carbonated. He hates it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, his 21st birthday, we were at a ball game, and I offered to buy him his first beer. He's like, "Is that the bubbly drink?" And I said, "Yeah, there's bubbles." And he's like, "No." He didn't even want to try it.
Wow.
Yep. You kidding, Duke? I can't even say names when I'm sitting upright. Wow, look at that. It even uploaded fast. This is like insane. Usually it takes a little longer than that, doesn't it? All right, let me update
Record
the
breaking.
index. This is totally record breaking. We might actually be
We're
off
at
stream.
159.
159. This is amazing. I'm shocked. We beat the 2 hour mark. That is awesome. All right. Do we have somebody to raid? And thank you to the mods. I was going to say thank you to the mods. Appreciate you guys. Sorry, I think I messed one of their predictions up because they were expecting a little bit more of a break and we were flying. Oh, yeah. If you can do it, Ness, that's
Seawit.
great.
Seawit is
See what?
on.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you to him for modding. And yeah, the mods make it so much better. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. This is a lot of fun. We'll see you guys soon. Don't forget, stream tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, Cheeky.
Yep, no problem. Take it
Sweet,
easy.
sweet. Take it easy. Take care, PB. We'll see you later. And we're clear. How about that? Holy cow. I'm not complaining.